Good evening, parents, and welcome to Rochester High School Curriculum Night. My name is Beth East. I am your student Spanish teacher, or your kid's Spanish teacher, my student, your child. But they're all of our students, I suppose. They're learning from all of us. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about my background, my education, my work experience, and what I focus on with my students while teaching Spanish. I teach levels 3, 4, and 5 AP mainly, and I'm actually teaching a virtual class as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and kind of go through a little outline with you just to make sure that I stay focused. I can go off track a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. Here we go. All right. And present mode. Okay, so I don't want to go on and on about me, but it's good to know a little bit about your teacher. Some of you already know me because I've had some of my students for the last, this is my 3rd year with them, and some are new for me. I had some in Spanish 3 last year, and they're in my level 4 classes, and then all of my Spanish 3 kids are new. So welcome. I'm excited to work with your kids. I really love my job. I sent that in my welcome letter, but I can't believe it's my 27th year and I still feel like a new teacher. Well, I definitely feel like a new teacher this year, but it feels fresh and exciting and new, and I have energy. I love my job. So my education, I was the first person in my family to go to college. I put myself through college, paid for every penny, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts teaching Spanish and English from Eastern Michigan. I then went on to get my master's in bicultural education from Wayne State, and I did an internship in Granada, Spain. I still have muchos amigos en Granada y nos comunicamos muy a menudo, especialmente durante estos días con mucho de lo que pasa en este mundo. Pero bueno, I'm going to go ahead and speak English. Rochester High School, like I said, this is my 27th year. I teach all levels. I have taught all levels and 3, 4, 5 AP now. I am the district Spanish teacher leader, so I work with a lot of people across the district who are also Spanish teachers in middle and high school. And we just we collaborate with new technologies and new techniques and kind of new ways of doing things even better and improving in our program. I'm also a part-time instructor at Oakland University. I teach foreign language methods for upcoming teachers. It's usually their last course before they go into student teaching. And it's been really fun the last few years to teach there. Just a night class every winter, every Monday. And it's fun to work with people who are excited about becoming teachers and to be able to share with what really works in a classroom, to have that, experience of teaching at the same time that I'm teaching them. All right. Moving on, my personal life. I have a longtime partner, Manny. He is also a teacher. He teaches APUSH and Econ and Government at another high school, but it's been about 14 years now that we've been life partners. We love to travel together, and we have a little dog named Stella. She's our 5-pound Shorkie, and just my very best friend, especially these days that she sees me 24/7. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that she doesn't bark at a squirrel during this recording. And my cabin is one of the most special places in the world for me. It's very quiet and tranquil and reminds me of my dad. It was his favorite place actually before he passed away. So this little photo here is just, it represents my travels and my love for the Spanish culture. I travel, like I mentioned in my letter, I've traveled to, 30 some countries, many Spanish speaking, many not, but this is an experience that I share with my students. I teach in level 4. It's called the Camino de Santiago, and it's a 1,000-year-old pilgrimage across the north of Spain. Famous people in history have done this, the king and queen of Spain actually, and some popes and many other figures. But we did 200 of the 500 miles, 200 miles on bike to get to the cathedral and do the special service and ceremony. It was pretty amazing. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about teaching methods and what it's going to look like in the remote setting, because we've had to rethink and revamp how we do things. So what works well in the classroom doesn't always translate, no pun intended, to the same in a virtual setting, or the same. The 3 modes of communication that we are focusing on to help guide our instruction are always interpretive, interpersonal, and presentational. These are the 3 modes that are tested on the AP Spanish exam. They're also the 3 modes that really build language skills in a learner. So how do they interpret? They read, they listen, they view for understanding. Interpersonal would be writing back and forth to someone, maybe in an email or letter or note, or even just typing email something to me and I respond and they respond, or speaking, just having a daily conversation or even a prompted conversation. Presentational, they write about themselves. They just did this, wrote about their lives. And speaking, they present and speak about any topic that's given to them. So we've already done that with Flipgrid. I have seen them, they've submitted their presentational writing to me already this year about their lives or what they think about certain things. And then many of them have provided Flipgrids, a video of them explaining to me some things that I would want to know about them in Espanol. Okay, and then I have here how the units are broken down. Every unit in Spanish 3 and 4 are broken down in thematic vocabulary and grammar concepts and culture. They're all taught individually at first, but then they're connected and used in authentic context together, providing a much deeper understanding and real life application. We definitely focus on like what's going on in the world and what are some practices and beliefs and products of the Spanish speaking world. And in AP Spanish, we do it a little differently. Everything is in context and readings and discussions and videos and audios. But in AP Spanish, all language is in context and it focuses on 6 global themes. So these themes are all a focus of the AP Spanish language and culture exam in the spring. Activities and resources can be challenging now in the traditional classroom. So these things that work in a traditional classroom, like textbook and workbook activities or partners during class or even translations on the spot, it doesn't work the same. Even quizzes and tests are going to look a little different. They're going to be more performance tasks using the 3 modes of communication. Okay, and here the interpretive mode is some of the things that these are some of the sites that we learn to help kids with their interpreting, the reading, the listening, viewing. Interpersonal, I have small group prompts and breakout rooms, daily conversations with the kids. We just talked about their weekends on Friday. Google Chat, Google Slides, Jamboard is a new feature on Google where they can all share their ideas and brainstorm or share their thoughts just by putting a sticky note all in real time. And we can view everybody else's thoughts. And then email prompts or personal questions would be interpersonal writing. And then presentational mode, like I said, Flipgrid, Google Voice, they can leave me messages, they can send me videos, and then any other writing prompts they can give to me through Google Docs or presentations. All right, here are some excellent sources, and I will post this or send this out to you, this little presentation. And these are just some really great resources for kids to reinforce their knowledge and grammar and practice. All right, and finally, I'm gonna wrap up with this photo. This is very indicative of how I view my year upcoming. Overall, I'm a pretty positive thinker, and about 1.5 years ago, I went to Iceland with my partner, Manny, and my nephew from Chicago actually met us there. And we were really excited to just see the natural beauty of Iceland. And I booked this little cabin kind of in the middle of nowhere instead of in the city. And I thought for sure we would see the Northern Lights. That was my goal. I mean, I wanted to do a lot of stuff, but I really wanted to see the Aurora Borealis. So they made fun of me the entire time because I was just so convinced that we were going to see the Northern Lights. And I put an app on my phone and I checked it every day, 7% chance. I'm like, oh, that's good. Those are good odds, we're gonna see them. And they teased me the whole time about the Northern Lights. So sure enough, I got an alert one day and it said, tonight you have a 20% chance of seeing the Northern Lights. And I was elated. I knew we would see them. I was convinced, I was very optimistic. And once again, they teased me like 20% chance, that's not great odds. Sure enough, 11 o'clock that night, the Northern Lights started dancing above our cabin in the night sky, and we went outside and sat bundled up in the cold for about 4 hours. And Manny's a photographer, so he captured this amazing photo. What is the point of this photo? That against all odds, I believed that we were going to see the Northern Lights. I was confident that it would be successful. And that is how I feel about this year. I know there are a lot of, fears and worries about education right now. And I can tell you that even in the last 2 weeks from meeting all my students, and it's not the same. Of course, it's not the same as being in class every day, but it has been so positive so far. And the kids seem like they are excited. They're engaged. I've had great conversations with them and participation. And I think that even though it might seem like the odds are against us for a successful year of education, I am 100% confident that we will have a successful year. I feel that because of your support as parents, you guys, the parents and the families in this district amaze me. I'm not just saying that because I'm a very honest person as well as being optimistic, but for 27 years, I've loved my job because of the families and the kids in this district. Thank you for sending us such wonderful students. And I hope that all together, you and us and the students, the administration, we can make it a really successful year despite the odds. Have a great night and thank you. Thank you for coming.